Hello everyone, Lightful here, and in this video, I'm going to be reacting to how toxic the Genshin community it is. I will explain something here. As a Genshin player, I have never dwelled in much of the community. I have never dwelled in how bad the community can be. I just was told it was bad, and then I had a friend recommend me okay, there's someone that made a video about how bad it is. And I'm like, no, there's no way, and there is a video made 10 months ago. Yeah, well, let's just react. Let's just react to this. Let's see. I don't know what I'm expecting.
At the end of the day, I think my biggest problem with this game comes down to purpose, and that is there is no purpose to Genshin Impact.
Dad got a credit card deal of 20,000.
Dad saddled with 20,000 credit card bill.
I've gone so far as get an email about someone pretending that they have cancer, or even one of their children has cancer. Someone said, "My child has cancer. Their only wish is to get Ganyu."
Oh no!
To sum it up, Genshin is an amazing game that I can't recommend to anyone.
Okay, just only a few seconds in, and I'm just gonna say right now, first of all, some people have gambling issues. Second of all, some people have major gambling issues. Did I? Oh no! I don't know if I'm prepared. Let's go.
Exploring a vast world for the first time is a magical experience for a lot of gamers. But for these open world games, it's not just the size of their maps that's huge. It's the cost to make them. While making their own open world role-playing game, the game company called HoYoverse made a huge gamble. They spent over $100 million to develop Genshin Impact, only to make it free to play. Genshin Impact is among the most expensive video games to be developed of all time. So if it fails, it might be the end of HoYoverse.
Oh, so they took a big risk.
Was that before this, HoYoverse only ever made mobile games, but Genshin Impact was being made for mobile and major gaming platforms.
Yeah.
But the gamble paid off. In just 2 years since its launch, Genshin Impact made $4 billion. Its achievement was unlike anything the game
probably a lot more
before,
now.
but getting to this level of success wasn't always a smooth road. Before we start, I hope you guys have an absolutely beautiful day. So today we'll be looking at
you have a delightful day too.
World of Genshin Impact and the craziness of its community. The dangers of Genshin in real life.
Oh no.
On September 28th, 2020, Genshin Impact was released, quickly rising to the top of every known ranking, downloads, revenue, awards. But in order to stay at the top, the game had to keep things fresh. HoYoverse wasn't just looking to make a splash in the gaming scene, but beyond it as well. So on March 8th, 2021, Genshin Impact teamed up with KFC.
I remember this campaign. Okay, for those who don't know, I started playing Genshin Impact not at release because during that time I didn't really care about Genshin. I just remember how repetitive ads I kept getting from Genshin on my phone when I wanted to watch YouTube, and this was literally during the time I started getting into it because I had a friend convince me to try again to get into it because initially I tried it in November of 2020. I didn't get into it. And then I tried it again in June or July, I believe. I only remember it was the character Kokomi that came out of her first debut when I joined. The point is, right now, I remember the Genshin and KFC collab, but unfortunately, I didn't know. I didn't know much of it. I just know so little of it. So. Okay, where is this going from here?
In China for the game's first ever collaboration. Genshin Impact characters dressed up for the occasion, promoting KFC combo meals that came with in-game rewards. During this time, players who bought a special KFC combo meal could redeem an in-game item called the Wings of Feasting. There was no other way of getting this item, so Chinese players went to their local KFC outlets in droves. The event was so successful that it became dangerous, with players overcrowding the KFC stores. And
no way!
Police needed to get involved and shut down KFC.
Oh my gosh, that's how bad it was?
KFC stores just to be in the front of the line. In the end, getting the police involved was the right choice because the stores were so crowded, people started to commit crimes like stealing character display stands from the store.
Amidst all the
okay, to be fair, that To be fair, I think that's what I'm pretty sure any typical anime convention they'll probably steal the standees from an anime character, possibly. I don't know because I have never been to an anime convention, but that's what I have been told they could. They could. Having Genshin and KFC combined. Also, I don't know if anyone knows. For the record, this is my first time hearing about this. I didn't know it was that bad over there. But with the McDonald's gliders, I got mine. I got lucky, but I had to wait 2 days for the code for for getting a glider for a friend. The whole point was, I remember how they were boycotting McDonald's. So it's kind of as bad. So I assume it's not as bad as what happened here. Okay, let me see how bad does this get.
Chaos, people started stealing Noel cutout. People that were successful in the Noel cutout heist started selling them online.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Impact's release, it became so popular that crowds at real-world events could not be controlled. So on August 29th, 2022, when Genshin Impact had a new collaboration with Pizza Hut in China, players should have already
I didn't know
learned the
about that
lesson,
one.
right?
Is that true that cops actually shutting down Genshin Impact collaboration event with Pizza Hut? That was the case.
Once again, history repeated itself. Genshin
Wow.
Impact players crowded around the Pizza Hut stores, becoming a danger to themselves and the people around them. Police had to shut down some of the Pizza Hut joints for the same reason as last time: public safety. Even in Genshin Impact events outside of China, there was always new players causing problems.
There was a girl in the Philippines who stole a cardboard cutout of Klee in the Hoyo Fest Cafe collab last December. She openly admitted to stealing it.
But stealing is nothing compared to some of the horrible things.
I like
some
how
event
it's so
attendees
far
have done.
cut
200
out.
people had to evacuate a Genshin Impact event in Seoul, Korea, after someone tweeted that they would set off a homemade explosive there.
No!
These Genshin Impact players don't reflect the entire community as a whole, but this is what happens occasionally when a lot of players gather together in real life.
Okay, guys. As a Genshin player and who has not know any history of the Genshin community whatsoever, because I stay away from it as far away as possibly to be one of the sane people there, I can't believe this is real. I kind of wish I didn't know it was real, but it's real. And what's worse, I can't believe that this person, he had a great bucket list of research here. I'm not. It's not. I'm only 4 minutes in here, and it's already. And I'm already not prepared. What else Genshin community did? Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. What? Okay.
Thankfully, from these in-person events, we couldn't find any reports of people ending up with lasting consequences. But that's only the beginning of what crazy Genshin Impact fans are capable of, because as you continue watching this video, some of these stories will make you question just how far they can really go.
I'm gonna question a lot of things.
When Genshin Impact teamed up with KFC China for a collaboration, players in countries outside of China felt left out. So Hoyoverse came up
I remember
with a plan.
that.
On November 25th, 2021, players from the global region finally had the chance to get the Wings of Feasting item from the KFC China collab. By teaming up with Genshin Impact Twitch streamers from around the world, Hoyoverse gave out the Wings of Feasting through their new web event called the Adventurers Guild on Twitch. Their plan was to get the player base to support Twitch streamers. On paper, this was a great move for the community, because players who bought paid subscriptions to selected Twitch streamers could get the Wings of Feasting, while streamers could get more subs. A win-win. But once again, it was too good to be true. While almost everyone loves eating KFC, not everyone loves Twitch streamers. A lot of players were upset that they had to spend money to subscribe to streamers that they'll never watch. But the real problem was what the streamers had to face. Twitch streamer Tectone exposed the contract offered by Hoyoverse for them to be an eligible eligible streamer for this event.
It's a 2-week exclusivity contract, which means you can only stream Genshin Impact for 2 weeks, no other games. And here's the thing for payment: $0.
On top of not being paid, Twitch streamers were not allowed to accept other sponsorships or talk negatively about Genshin Impact. Other creators also spoke up against Hoyoverse's contract, resurfacing the community's anger toward the company. But amidst
so it's kind of like
Hoyoverse was facing,
a marketing tactic.
Creators were caught in the crossfire. Genshin Impact players flooded Twitter to attack any content creators who accepted the contract, threatening to unsubscribe from them.
There was a lot of people in the Genshin community, smaller Genshin content creators, who reached out to me via Discord, Twitter DM, and they said that they are very anxious about this, and that they're terrified that they accepted the program, right? And they're terrified about what's to come because of how Genshin community retaliated.
Okay. I'm gonna let you guys know. I was never in the loop of this kind of thing. Mostly because I don't use Twitch. Not yet anyway. I don't know if I want to. It's like It's like, well, reach out viewers. I suppose it depends. But I think what I see where this is going. It's kind of like the same situation with the first anniversary. I wonder if they're going to talk about that. We'll see. But for this, I'm like, okay, I see what Hoyo is doing. It's like a marketing thing, but they're kind of asking streamers like, hey, market our game and you get more sponsors or viewership or subscriptions and stuff. But as someone who I think I get it. I think there's like a controversy. I can't go. I'm not someone who likes to like pull strings from others' point of view. Because in my defense, I was not part of it. Second part, I understand companies technically do this because they normally just want to fulfill more of their marketing and sales, and that's kind of the gist of Hoyoverse. And I think that goes to a lot of companies, that people will talk bad of the company because they are they are ruthless. And yeah, I don't that's the worst part. Companies will do this, and most people will do it, and most people like Tectone, like and I don't know much about Tectone. I just know he like plays a lot of Genshin. But yeah, I will understand. Well, he used to, I think. But he was like a big popular with Gacha with Genshin. But the point still stands. It's like trying to make a win-win, but in the end of the result, it's not gonna make a lot of people happy. In the end, it's gonna make only Hoyoverse happy. I see where it stands here. Okay, let's keep going.
In the end, the Adventurers Guild on Twitch event divided the community instead of bringing them together. Hoyoverse never responded to the backlash from this event, while streamers suffered the wrath of angry Genshin Impact players.
Yeah.
Sadly, this isn't the only time that innocent creators had to pay the price for Hoyoverse's actions. The consequences of being a voice actor. This is Anjali. Anjali got into voice acting in their teens. Like a lot of voice actors, Anjali's career started out with minor roles in different films and games. In 2021, Anjali auditioned for Genshin Impact and became the voice of a few NPCs in the game. But as Genshin Impact grew with more updates, so too did Anjali's career. Anjali kept auditioning for more roles in the game and eventually landed the opportunity to voice Dory, a character for Genshin Impact's Sumeru expansion.
Oh no!
What originally felt like a dream come true, Anjali soon discovered that it would turn into a nightmare. What was supposed to be a new character's exciting announcement ended up to be a mob of upset players over the casting of Dory. The new map drew strong inspiration from South Asian and Middle Eastern cultures, leading some players to accuse Hoyoverse of engaging in cultural appropriation. Angeli faced criticism merely for providing the voice of one of the characters. After announcing that they were the voice of Dory, Angeli received inappropriate messages from angry players. At first, Angeli ignored these messages by blocking them, but as the hate grew, they had to turn off DMs. Angeli's story is just one of the many incidents where the Genshin Impact community directed their hate towards the voice actors.
Okay, that's so weird. That's so weird. Okay, I thought people were going to hate her because they don't, not a lot of people like Dory. I remember when Dory was introduced, I remember I didn't really care much of the character Dory because she was mostly Claymore and healer. So that was the only thing. That was literally the only thing. But my gosh, people really retaliated to her because of criticism from Middle East place? Oh my gosh. What? Okay. I don't know how to respond to that. Unfortunately, I don't understand why the voice actors have to get really criticized like that. I mean, they're not responsible. They're just voicing the character. There's nothing. They're just doing their job. Why is the community attacking them? Oh no. Okay, wait. What else? Oh no, what happened to Zach?
Zach Aguilar, the voice of Ether in Genshin Impact, called out players over the repeated harassment the voice actors got on Twitter.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you show him, Zach. You know what? Someone has to say something because that's just like cyberbullying at this point.
He hosted an official Genshin Impact live stream. The poor treatment Genshin Impact voice actors get from the community isn't exclusive to the English dub. Gui Niang, who voiced Kokomi in the Chinese dub of Genshin Impact, had to restrict her live stream because players were unhappy about the character she voiced.
Oh,
some losers, some actual degenerates went out of their way to harass the voice actress,
no!
the Chinese voice actress for the character, and end up having her like shut down harassment on her live stream.
Even though all the complaints come
no
from a vocal
way!
minority, it paints a bad picture for the entire Genshin Impact community.
This ruins the experience for not only people who aren't toxic, but also voice actors themselves.
Yeah, they're just doing their job.
Throughout the years, and they won't want to voice act in Genshin Impact simply because they don't want to get attacked and harassed by a community when they've done nothing wrong.
In the end,
yeah, I agree. The whole point is, okay, they're happy because they get to voice a character from a popular video game. The last thing they would want is to receive an impression from what the community is like. Because I'll let you know, as someone who stays away from the community as possible just because I've heard the stories of how bad it is. Not how bad I know now. Not how bad I know about this video. And again, I'm only 10 minutes in and it's not even done. I'm kind of concerned how bad it's gonna be. Like, I'm really, really concerned, guys, of how bad it's gonna be. And I'm being genuine here. I did not know this. I did not know this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm in for a ride. I feel bad for these voice actors and voice actresses. I don't understand why people would do this. It doesn't make sense. If you don't like the voice of the character, just change the language thing. Just don't go and insult them. That's not how it works, guys. Aren't we supposed to live in a society that words are better not said than hurting others? Oh my goodness.
Genshin Impact players attacking voice actors is just a symptom of a major problem brewing between the community and HoYoverse, the company behind the game. In our next chapter, you'll find out just how far HoYoverse goes to control the content in the game.
Okay.
The bubble diaper situation. On August 16th, 2023, Genshin Impact Update 4.0 added the new region of Fontaine to the game.
I remember
the
that.
The community welcomed the new content with open arms. There was one feature that that players found to be very annoying.
And
when
what
you
is
swim
that?
underwater in the game, it causes a bubble effect to appear around their character's hips. The effect was noticeable and started to grab the attention of the Genshin Impact community. This effect was known as the bubble diaper. Many claim that its
I
intention
did not
was
know
to cover
about
up
this.
the rear end of characters, and a lot of
I
players
did
found
not
this to
know
be
about
distracting.
this,
And
actually.
this ain't just on the female characters. No, this is on the male characters too. Fully dressed, well dressed.
I did not know about this, really.
Male characters.
Unlike Western games,
I did not even
Genshin
notice
Impact
that.
has greater restrictions as a Chinese video game. While HoYoverse has to follow the rules set by the Chinese Communist Party, their attempt to cover up in Genshin
Oh,
Impact appears to be a lot
yeah.
worse compared to other Chinese video games.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense because I remember in when this is during the time when they were called MiHoYo till they changed their branding and stuff so they can go somewhere else so they can make their games without the China government being restrictive on them. I do remember how they had to I had a friend that showed me that in the China version there was at one point they wanted to have Zhao's tattoo be disappeared because of taboo, because in China that's something of their culture. Any tattoo stuff is taboo. And I know a lot of people, even us in US Western, we would say most people will be upset because the tattoo is supposed to represent like the symbol and to Zhao as for character design, and just removing it just is gonna be super off to a lot of people. That's the same way of how they had to change like the chest size for certain characters like Lisa. Like Lisa, in the very beginning, because someone pointed out to me that her chest size was bigger. And they had to make it smaller because of kids and a lot of restrictions and stuff. There was so much more they were going to restrict for the characters if Hoyo didn't do something about it, which they did. But I did not know they did I did not know about the water bubble. Like, I didn't know about that. I'm someone who just was so immersed of the game that this as a Genshin player, this doesn't bother me. And any small detail, I would not notice it because in the end, I'm just playing the game. I'm just playing the story, and I'm just having fun. I don't see the small details. That's the truth. That is the truth about that. Okay.
With China's video game regulations growing stricter in recent years, players outside of China are worried that they'd also get hit with more rounds of cover-up similar to the bubble diaper incident. But it isn't just graphics. Players realized that their words were being censored too.
It censors tank. I wonder why. Tank?
I did not even know that.
It actually does!
The censorship wasn't just limited to words like Taiwan and Hong Kong. Even words that are important for in-game communication, like enemies, can't be seen. This list only appears to be growing. A study conducted on 200 different Chinese mobile games revealed over 180,000 blacklisted keywords. However, what truly aggravates the community goes beyond the in-game censorship. It's the persistent feeling that their concerns are constantly overlooked. Genshin Impact's Discord is notorious for silencing players, making it difficult for them to voice their opinions when it comes to problems about the game. Because HoYoverse hardly addresses the community's complaints, players often use this lack of communication to justify their actions, such as bullying innocent parties, as we've seen with voice actors. But some problems
that's unfortunate for the voice actors and voice actresses.
That left hundreds of players with a permanently damaged game. The hack that destroyed the game. Even though Genshin Impact is mainly a single-player experience, it does have co-op features. Players have the option to enter their friend's world, where they can assist with various tasks like tackling in-game quests and challenges for some engaging gameplay. It's all about shared fun, until August 2023. In what turned into a bleak chapter of Genshin Impact's story, teaming up in co-op mode suddenly became the one thing that you really didn't want to do if you cared about your account. During this period, Chinese players panicked. They realized that in-game objects like treasure chests were permanently missing. Some of these in-game objects were important for story progression, and without them, they couldn't explore the rest of the game. The cause of these disappearing objects could be tied to one playable character, Kaveh. Some players used third-party software to hack Kaveh, giving him an ability to permanently delete almost anything from the game, even NPCs, which erupted chaos between players. Chinese and English-speaking
I think I remember something about how
platforms,
Kaveh
warning
was
everyone not to enable the co-op feature. Once a Kaveh hacker deletes your game files, it's gone for good. Not even reinstalling Genshin Impact would bring it back.
So on the Chinese servers, videos have been going around showing Kaveh deleting stuff like chats, statues, NPCs, etc. While it looks hilarious, repairing or reinstalling your game doesn't fix it.
But even with video clips circulating online, some Genshin Impact players thought that the Kaveh hack was fake. One player even recorded footage of them deleting objects with Nahida, a different character, only to admit later that it was fake. With so much conflicting
what a
information
troll
spreading around, nobody knew for sure if the Kaveh hack was real or fake, except Hoyoverse. On August 28th, 2023, Genshin Impact's official Reddit account made a post revealing that the Kaveh hack was indeed real. In just a week after videos of the hack circulated online, Hoyoverse quickly fixed the hack. Thankfully, players who were affected by the hack had their accounts restored to normal. Hoyoverse also banned the hackers and are pursuing legal action against them. While we aren't sure what happened to the hackers, it's likely that they'll be punished pretty severely. Lawsuits aren't to be taken lightly, especially with Hoyoverse, because in this next situation, getting sued by Hoyoverse is comparable to being caught as an enemy spy. The $70,000 fine. We already learned in the previous chapter that Genshin Impact is mainly a single player experience with limited co-op features. But some players in the community take it far more seriously than multiplayer games. Major updates usually add new characters, so players want to know if it's worth spending premium in-game currency to unlock them. That's why a large portion of the community would do everything they can to find out what's happening in the next update. One of these people is Xing Hare, a Chinese Genshin Impact player. In January 2022, he got access to the Genshin Impact version 2.5 private beta test. After signing an NDA, Xing Hare was able to experience all the new features ahead of regular players. Wanting to share his new discoveries, Xing recorded his gameplay and shared it to his friend. But that was a terrible decision that cost him everything.
I don't think you're allowed to do that.
Gameplay online, breaching the NDA that Xing signed. Hoyoverse tracked down the source of the footage right back to Xing Hare.
So the person the person had a contract.
$70,000 US.
They would fail the contract like Zhongli would.
In China. In a post he made online, Xing revealed how betrayed he felt because of his friend. About the leak, I've always been very careful. That friend I've known for years. I trusted him and told him not to spread it to outside sources, but I didn't think that I would get backstabbed today. Xing also revealed
he wouldn't even think that he's not even supposed to do it either.
While we aren't sure what happened to him after he made this post, we're sure of one thing. Hoyoverse takes data breaches very seriously.
I don't blame them. They're a popular company.
Made it clear that they weren't messing around, going after 7 players with lawsuits each at around $70,000 US for leaking unreleased content of the game. And just when the leaks wouldn't stop coming, in October 2022, Hoyoverse suffered a massive data breach. Not only were 36 weeks of upcoming content exposed to the public, but employee information was leaked too, which led many people to wonder maybe it didn't take too much effort to actually breach Hoyoverse's security. A 4chan user in June 2023 leaked so much Genshin Impact artwork that the user even insulted Hoyoverse for their incompetence. You are a multi-million company. You could tighten your security. You do not, however. Your company is so open to how easy it is to breach, so it's just a matter of time before somebody
No wonder they always wonder if their security is better in your survey.
Cybersecurity has been a problem since the very beginning of Genshin Impact. Security options like two-factor authentication weren't available for mobile devices, and on October 19th, 2020, not even 2 months into the game's release, hackers
terrible.
were able to steal player phone numbers through the Hoyoverse website. This issue was only fixed on November 9th, 2020, but it took them almost an entire year to finally add two-factor authentication in May 2021. Hoyoverse may be taking harsh action against those who leak confidential information, but it's nothing compared to what China would do to Genshin Impact creators who go against them. Because sometimes just making the wrong kind of Genshin Impact videos could land you in prison. 10 years in prison over Genshin Impact.
Oh
On January
no.
18, 2022,
What
Italian
happened here?
physicist Giorgio Parisi was on the verge of a major milestone in his life. He was about to receive his Nobel Prize from the Italian Senate over a Zoom meeting. But unfortunately, his achievement would never be remembered as an honorable moment, but instead, probably one of the most embarrassing moments in Zoom call history. Somebody managed to hijack the call and played an inappropriate video of Final Fantasy VII's Tifa Lockhart. This moment became a legendary internet meme overnight. But what a lot of people don't remember is that seconds before the Zoom hijacker was removed, he played a clip of Zhang Ling from Genshin Impact as well. While Zhang Ling didn't share the same meme status that Tifa did, this might have been for the best, because the animator for the Zhang Ling Not Safe for Work video was about to get into serious trouble. Shirakami, the animator, has a Twitter following of over 560,000 and rose to online fame with his inappropriate Genshin Impact animations. However, he mysteriously went silent and vanished from the internet on December 12, 2022. It wasn't until 6 months later that his fans would uncover the story behind his sudden disappearance. In July 2023, Shirakami was arrested in China for violating censorship laws. He could potentially face up to 10 years in prison for distributing and profiting off of inappropriate material. His Patreon ranked over 1,830,000 Chinese yuan, or about $250,000 US, which Chinese authorities deemed as unlawful. Shirakami's arrest struck fear in the community of Chinese NSFW
I would honestly
Some of them
agree.
even deleted their accounts, afraid that they would end up the same way. Shirakami's story serves as a reminder that working on the wrong kind of Genshin Impact content could get you in trouble. But even if you're innocent, just working for Genshin Impact can be a problem. For one unlucky Hoyoverse staff member, her first day on the job was thrown into chaos thanks to the Genshin Impact community. The worst job ever. We've already revealed earlier in this video that Hoyoverse is infamous for not responding to their player base. But what if you had the power to change that? Janice rose to the opportunity to do just that. After 5 years of working at Bandai Namco Entertainment Asia as their social media and PR manager, Janice made a major career move. On September 28, 2021, she joined Hoyoverse as their new global PR manager. But on the first day of her job, Janice had to deal with gaming's worst PR disaster of all time. Genshin Impact's first anniversary. Community. The anniversary event was the final straw that broke the camel's back. Throughout the year, Hoyoverse responded with silence whenever the community aired their frustrations toward earlier updates. So when
I remember this too.
Was revealed,
I remember this too. I remember this so badly. I remember because I was one of the bystanders that witnessed this happening. How a lot of people were upset of the first anniversary rewards. I remember that very well. I, on the other hand, was more like, I'm here for the game, not here to start a riot. There's no point, there's no purpose to start a riot or start like how can I put it, like complaining, because in the end your complaints will just it's not gonna help anybody, and I know, and since once you know Hoyoverse so well, and knowing that the company doesn't really listen to their fans, also knowing that the community is as bad as it is, says a lot of things. And I think that's why Hoyoverse, or Hoyo, did not take action till later on to see what they could have done better, which I'm glad, but by the way, I'm glad they are doing a lot better than they did many years ago. But still, it's a shame how things escalated. I didn't even know a lot of things escalated for this. I'm being educated here.
And it offered players little to no changes. They were more upset than ever.
Whenever the servers go down for maintenance, players are given an average of 300 Primo Gems as a form of compensation.
Yeah.
You are getting more Primo Gems here compared to the rewards of the game's 1-year anniversary.
The anniversary offered 100
right.
Primo Gems, the game's premium currency.
I remember
they took
this.
part in the social media event. Clearly, this wasn't even given freely in-game, and it's not what the community wanted. Once again, HoYoverse.
Yes, I remember this. I think this was spread around a lot, that I even seen it. People, so the Genshin community asked players to like one time, like, we're doing a giveaway, like, hey, try to get the attention of Elon Musk, and we'll give you Primo Gems if you can get the attention of Elon Musk to join Genshin to play the game. I remember it very vaguely, and a lot of players were saying no in the comment section because it was just dumb. They were literally trying to control the Genshin community to do something for something so little. So I'm not surprised if some people did it, but still. Oh no.
Ignored the player base's disappointment toward the anniversary, but this time the players fought back. Janice suddenly found herself dealing with the biggest protest in Genshin history. From 4.6 stars on the Google Play Store to 1.9 stars, Genshin Impact was.
I remember how bad.
I mean,
Look
at all the negative reviews
they had.
For this anniversary event, and that's the crazy thing about it. It's so absurd.
But it didn't stop.
I remember
there. Not
this.
only were players giving 1-star reviews to HoYoverse's other games, but even random apps like Google Classroom were left with angry reviews putting the blame on Genshin Impact. On platforms like Discord, mods were dealing with criticism of the anniversary event, which made the community push even further by spamming the Discord server.
And I think this is probably when
Janice wasn't just forced to
they shut down Google Classrooms.
It was the aftermath of HoYoverse's lack of communication throughout the year. As one Redditor puts it, it's not the lack of rewards, it's the silence. Genshin Impact's community really crossed the line when Janice, on the first day of her job, became a target for the players as well. Comments on the article congratulating Janice for joining HoYoverse had to be locked due to all the negative comments. Even the article itself was removed. In the end, the backlash was too much for HoYoverse to handle. The company gave in and broke the silence, promising more rewards for the players.
Yeah, you had a bunch of people.
Like these new rewards weren't given out for the anniversary, but were given out for damage control. Because of her experience at HoYoverse, Janice left the company. For many, working
I
at
can't
a big
blame
game
her.
studio
I
like
can't blame
HoYoverse
her
was
though.
seen as a badge of honor. But for Janice, it doesn't seem like she associates herself with the company, having removed any mention of it from her LinkedIn profile. Even after leaving HoYoverse, the awful things that Janice had to deal with as their PR manager seemed to have caused her to take a break from the gaming industry. But the horrible messages she received from the community are nothing compared to the cruel acts capable of some Genshin Impact players, because a few of them would even take lives just for this game. A diehard fan's dreadful behavior. In our last chapter, you saw what happened.
They're not
when
lightful.
Was completely out
They're
of touch
dreadful.
with its players. This time, we're exploring a different angle. When players lose their grip on reality. On July 28th, 2023, a Reddit user named Snoo2612 made a controversial post on the Genshin Impact subreddit. The post talked about the toxic side of the Chinese Genshin Impact community, especially toward one playable character, Wanderer. The user explained how these fans went beyond the game, targeting not just fans of Wanderer, but also the character's voice actor Lu Yin during a live event. But it didn't stop there. Wanderer haters even went as far as doxing the writers behind the character.
Why?
They reported Wanderer to the authorities for being a depiction of a war criminal. Unfortunately for them, both of these attempts ended up failing. When that didn't work, they crossed a serious line on a messaging app called Telegram.
Okay, I will admit, no one likes Scaramouche. I didn't like Scaramouche either, but the story, however, makes sense to why that is. I'm not gonna dwell on it. I just know, would I still like this character as someone I would be friends with? Honestly, I don't think so. But the story, however, makes sense of why he is the way he is. But war criminal? Guys, we're playing a game and someone's writing a story. We're not here to make it like a real thing. My goodness.
Where one person shared very upsetting videos involving cats. So I can't go into full detail on YouTube, but since they were associated with Wanderer's in-game cat form, what I can say is that the cats sadly didn't survive. This was a harsh reminder of how intense fandoms can negatively spill over into reality. According to the Reddit user, the motivation behind these awful acts is simply because they don't like the Wanderer character.
Many Chinese male players see him as a real enemy and not a fictional enemy. They are offended by his attitude. His talking pisses them off. The CN players are used to being flattered in a game world, so they can't tolerate a brat.
For them, doing everything they can to ruin real lives over Wanderer is apparently sending a message to Hoyoverse. When Snoo2612 made this post on Reddit, it was met with skepticism. Some Reddit users thought that there was no way that bad apples in the Chinese Genshin Impact community could be this toxic, but they were quickly proven wrong. Another Reddit user discovered that Snoo2612 was doxxed on Chinese forums after exposing the Wanderer controversy. Wanderer haters were calling Snoo a traitor to China and claimed that they found the Reddit user's real name. Snoo ended up making an update to the original post. In the update, Snoo apologized to Wanderer fans for making the Reddit post. Additionally, they asked those engaging in doxing to refrain from targeting the woman in Snoo's Twitter profile, clarifying that it was not a photo of themselves. It's hard to believe why some people would commit such disgusting acts over a fictional character. It may be just a small minority of the player base, but hopefully this is the darkest the Genshin Impact community gets. Video games are meant to be fun. There might be some things that we're
video games are meant to be
there's
fun.
Never any justification to hurt others. Our voices matter, but we have to communicate them in the same way we'd want others to listen to us, because two wrongs don't make a right.
Exactly.
Wait, before you go, click this playlist right here to watch more dark internet.
Okay, wow. Wow. I never thought I could be educated as I am educated now. My goodness. Okay, I know I heard how bad the Genshin community is. But I didn't know it was that terribly bad. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I think I explained enough. I think I explained enough. If anyone I'm just gonna tag my song that I made a parody of from Encanto at this point. Yeah. I don't have words. I don't have words, like, at all. It's just like, I did not know gaming communities can be like that. And just hearing about it from Genshin's point of view of how toxic the community really is just so, it's so scary. It's scary for a Genshin player, for like myself. Like I'm a fan of Genshin Impact. I'm a fan of enjoying the game and the characters. I'm a fan of just enjoying the game in general. And if I've ever wanted to be part of the community, I would. But it's all about, are they nice? And there are so many stories, that that the community is not nice, or they take things way over the top, and I just learned that. I learned that just from this video. Oh my goodness. oh my gosh. My final thoughts, though, first of all, I have no words. I think I explained enough as it is. My reaction just explains a lot of things. My reaction's more like, okay, so people have gone that far. And okay, I didn't know voice actresses can be attacked much worse than people can ever imagine. And okay, there are so many people that will do so many crazy things that things will eventually get the consequences of their actions. And I don't even know who is the wrong here anymore. It's kind of like so unfortunately, because I will mention one thing. Hoyoverse in the past never really listened to the players. All I know is they listen more to the China players because the China players get more angry at them because that's where their headquarters is, and the things that could happen from what I've learned and how that escalated for them. And during the first anniversary awards, that they learned something from not listening. So, yeah. The good news? Over the years as of me watching this, and this is like now 2024, I'm glad Genshin Impact and Hoyoverse is doing better. Like, it's doing better for their anniversary reward stuff. That's one of the things. It is getting better with adding some more endgame content too. So there's that. And it's better that, I mean, they tried raising the Genshin count, not the resin, the Genshin resin counter. I remember how bad it is, and I will say for a fact, you have to have a lot of resin to keep playing, to keep building your characters. That's my biggest flawed trope there. You just have to. Unless you are a whale and you have spent enough money in this game, you don't have to worry about it because you have a lot of resin. So for such a very long time, they had up to 160 resin, and now many months back, they were finally able to go up to 200. I mean, that's a start. Hopefully, they can do a little bit more, like what Honkai Star Rail does. I don't believe, though. I just cannot imagine that this is so terrible. I cannot imagine that the community is that bad. So it's just so sad. It's so sad to watch. I hate that as a Genshin player, I like to meet other people where we can just discuss and have a fun time talking about our favorite characters and just having fun in the game, not and having or talking about the story and just having fun about the story, not going on a rage spree and spreading hate. And spreading hate of the now, unfortunately, I have to admit this just because someone pointed out to me. Companies have the urge to do this. Companies want money. And they'll do money for a marketing reason. And they know people are going to be mad about it. They know that whatever they do, it's for marketing. And as us players, we don't know that. We just want what we want. That's mostly the common goal for the community. They just want what they want. I, on the other hand, is more for me, I'd be like one of the other people who be like, well, I'm just here to play the game. And that's what most people are here for. Most people, like myself, I want to play the game. I just want to I just want to play the story. I love the story. I love the game. I love the characters. I don't think I have to do anything else but enjoy my experience. The only big problem is, it could have been a lot worse because, you know, a company can remove the game if they so wanted to make something else. I have seen it. Genshin. I'm not saying that this is something Hoyoverse they would do. No, Hoyoverse will never do this. Hoyoverse knows that Genshin Impact is so popular that everyone will keep playing, and they'll make sure of it because they got the writers, they got the music. I love their music, and they got the people to make it happen. And that's pretty much my sum up wrap up here because the whole point is, I wish communities can be a lot better than that. I wish communities can be better than what the society is right now. A lot of people will take too literally on a game for their desires, or go such length to be very, very hateful and bitter over something so small, or something they want Genshin Impact or Hoyoverse to change, and it doesn't give that good result anyway. No one's gonna win, and a lot of people think they can, but unfortunately it doesn't work that way. Other than that, yeah, I'm more of the person that just wants to play the game. But in the past, though, I will admit, their first anniversary, this is during the time Hoyoverse didn't listen, and after that, they got a lot better. Like, they got a lot better to provide the players to be a little bit more happy, like as right now. So I will have to say, I'm glad Genshin Impact, the game, got a lot better. The game got things for players they want, and hopefully this time, which is this time, they are able to do that. They keep going. They keep doing what they're doing, because the whole point is, we want people to have a good experience. We don't want people to have a bad experience. And I and I feel so bad for those who got into like Hoyoverse or into the Genshin community. They had to this video explains that there's a lot of people that had to suffer that. And it's incredible that I did not even know this is how bad it got. Anyways, that is my reaction, and hope you guys love it. I don't know. I feel a little scarred by learning more about how bad the community really is, and now I just know I never knew it was that bad. Anyway, this is Lightful Wings. Be lightful and stay delightful.
Lightful's got a friend so bright, and Nara's wings are white with might. Together they soar through skies of blue, traveling worlds, just me and you. Through portals we jump and dive, with hearts so full we feel alive.